Hey neighbor, thanks for stopping by to check out this video today. I wanted to give a little brief explanation as to what this video is. It's a video essay. You're not going to see a ton of me on camera, but if you want to skip over this, then go to the timestamp on screen here, or else it should be in like a pinned comment, or else in the video description if you want to skip over that. Essentially what this is something that stemmed from an idea that I had at the end of 2018. It's a video essay, as I said, mostly not me on screen the entire time. And myself and Hannah worked really hard to get this video finally completed. This has been in like development hell for quite some time, in fact all of 2019. If you do dig this video, then please drop a like on it and consider supporting me on Patreon. I know that seems like a shameless plug, but videos like this genuinely do require a lot more research, editing, and time. So if you want to see more videos like this, then as little as $1 a month actually helps. It adds up quickly. So thank you to those of you who are on board already, including my $50 patrons that are Brandon Barenfeld, ThreeAreEss, Josh Lincoln, and Seth Koppisch. Now on with the video. Genius.com is a place where lyrics and meaning live, both on and off the page. What I mean by that is that the community of Genius, which has exploded in growth in the past 3 years, has made a name for itself by bringing words to life through detailed annotations from both users and sometimes the artists themselves. The company started out under the name Rap Genius, eventually adding sections such as Rock Genius before dropping the subdivisions altogether and relaunching as simply Genius in July of 2014. With the subsequent releases of landmark albums such as To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar, it seemed that users truly wanted to understand lyrics on a deeper level as Genius heated up and caught fire. Fast forward to present day in 2019 and you'll notice a different online space compared to what Rap Genius initially offered. As somebody who used the site both before and after the name change and expansion, I'd compare it to other social media sites like MySpace that shook things up and streamlined operations as they grew. However, in Genius's case, it completely paid off for them as the site is thriving in an undeniable way. Although I'm going to be critical of certain aspects of their platform, this video is meant to be a look at the problems that their site features eventually enabled. I don't entirely blame Genius for the trends they've inspired. If it wasn't them, it would have been somebody else popping up to meet the growing demand for lyric breakdowns and understanding music at a molecular level, even if there's no reason to dig that deep. What exactly is the problem with Genius? What's so wrong about wanting to gain knowledge and wrap your head around lyrics so you know what they mean? Like with most things, at its core, there's nothing at all wrong, especially when it's the artists themselves directly handing down the meaning behind the track. The issues that arise stem from the community at large that lives and breathes Genius, always waiting to praise and annotate. They eagerly drool over their keyboards at 11:59 p.m. on a Thursday, chomping at the bit for that blockbuster album to drop so they can start dissecting each line piece by piece to try and find that deeper meaning. Good luck finding any comment on Genius that's not positive or calling every new song straight fire or essentially the best thing ever. They're all about the hype, but that's a problem for a different video. I want to point out that I don't believe there's inherently a problem with a well-annotated, thoroughly explained theory or answer to a lyric that might not be so straightforward and self-explanatory. However, the Genius community often takes things one step past the edge of the cliff, taking a nosedive into theoretical oblivion instead of admitting that we might just have to chalk this one up as unanswerable. Prime examples of this include the recent releases from Kanye West, Taylor Swift, Kendrick Lamar, and Eminem, and a barrage of fans that impatiently wanted answers. Everyone wants to be that hero that carries the torch filled with all the correct explanations to a cryptic lyric, but during that process, they position themselves as part of the rally cry for the community to tear the lyric sheet to shreds while looking for answers. Imagine the artist taking his or her time to invest in building a house. They start from scratch, build it with care, and eventually put it on display for the world to see. Instead of taking the time to quietly walk in and get acquainted before saying anything, the Genius users began shouting violently and scrambling to uncover clues in the house, unintentionally missing the point and rarely taking any time to savor the music itself, which is here for our entertainment. Obviously, we all enjoy music differently, just like how we all enjoy different styles and genres of music. I can't call into question the intentions behind someone's perception or how they get the most out of hearing something. I can raise the yellow flag of caution though, waving it simply because I find the trait of lyric knowledge to be quite tricky. Of course we want to get to the bottom of some of the more unapparent quotes from our favorite band or artist, why wouldn't we? But tearing limb from limb every line in a song that simply doesn't have the depth to require a full-on explanation? That's where I draw the line and say that Genius has gone too far. Lyrical investigation should take time, and I truly don't feel as though one can thoroughly vet a track in minutes or hours and spit back out a supposed full explanation for something that probably only the artist that wrote it truly knows. Part of the blame for this actually can go to Genius, as they've explored songwriting through their series Verified in recent years. They invite an artist or band to come in and break apart what each line means in a way that's rather elementary, I suppose? Did we really need a closer look at the self-explanatory lyrics of Lil Pump, the Backpack Kid, or YouTube star Gabby Hanna?
Obviously, nobody else is here with me in this bed, but it's also supposed to be a play on words when people say you made your bed, not laying it. I made this bed, I'm laying it all by myself, I made it by myself, nobody else helped me here.
Razor-thin meaning calls for casual listening, not an encyclopedia of deep meaning that's required in order to enjoy the track. With as much as I enjoy acts that often do take their subject matter to a more tough-to-explain state, I recall the release of the album Trench by 21 Pilots, and how desperate everyone was to be the one that truly had all the answers behind the world that they had created. In the gold rush to interpret the possible meanings of the album, perhaps some of the musical enjoyment was lost in translation. My message is this: ease off the gas pedal and take the time to relish the music. Sometimes when you sit back and let the words hit you as you play the songs again and again, the meaning becomes clearer to you because you understand the context as the music becomes more personable. Annotating and lyric breakdowns are not inherently evil. I know, shocking, right? Hard to believe. But I'm actually a fan of, overall, an active user on Genius. Not something that I check every day. I don't like to click on every single annotation. I bring this to your attention because I love the idea behind it and wanting to understand things, but I also feel that there's a bit of a lost art when it comes to the mystery behind the lyrics. Like a good film director would do, sometimes things are left open-ended for us to maybe never understand fully, or at least not in one singular way. There could be multiple interpretations. I think we're just a bit too trigger-happy when it comes to explaining everything, and as a result, the mysterious lyrics are becoming a bit of a lost art. Instead of getting wrapped up in gaining IQ points on Genius, take a few listens to appreciate the magic behind what you're actually hearing. Let it ruminate in your eardrums. And sometimes we need to be okay with the alternate take, the hot take, if you will, that you're not always going to know a deeper meaning and maybe there isn't one. And it's okay to be okay with that alternative. Outside of that, Genius, come on, you gotta stop having the ridiculous memes on Verified. It's making you look like a complete desperate joke. Not everything is like that, and I guess maybe they've gotten a little bit better, but just the series that they do on exploring different things, their news breakdowns, it can range from great and informative to just, this is gonna rack up like a ton of views and there's no deeper meaning at all here, but we're gonna pretend there is and stroke this little artist's ego because they got a viral hit. Thanks so much for watching my video essay on Genius and the larger community that is rooted on there. These are just the problems that I've noticed, and it's of course all just my opinion and takeaway from using the site over the years. It's not me trying to villainize the art of explaining lyrics because I feel that it absolutely can be done. I guess it was just meant to kind of call out the gold rush, if you will, of people flocking to an album or a single at the time of its release and trying to explain away every little word that pops up as if they're the one that holds all of the keys, all of the answers, and they're trying to say this. This connects back to this because they said this word and they also said that word on one of their older songs or albums. It's not always like that. Sometimes it's a happy coincidence. And again, just sit back and try to enjoy the music instead of there always having to be something else that you're digging into. What do you guys think of Genius? Are you active users on there? Do you just like to look at the lyrics and make sure that you're hearing things right? I think that's what I use it for more often than not, and maybe to see the brief synopsis over on the side of the page to make sure I'm maybe pronouncing something correctly or getting the deeper meaning behind the title. I think there's a lot of reasons to use it, but there's also some to kind of hold back on not using it too deeply. I guess there's an argument on both sides of the fence. If you like what I do here on ARTV, then please consider supporting me on Patreon. It's the top link down below, and it really does help support content like this. Ones like these, like I said, are much harder to produce, write, record, edit, everything like that. Thank you again to Hannah for editing this one, going the extra mile on it to get it out. And other than that, if you want to see a couple of recent videos, tap here, socials in the description, and I'll see you soon for more on ARTV.